Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Hirsh Singh. I'm the Republican candidate for U.S. Senate in New Jersey in 2020. I am joined today by Indian American leaders and Republican candidates from across New Jersey that represent the different languages, religions, and cultures that make up a vibrant Indian American community. We have come together to denounce the hateful comments and calls for jihad by Singh, a Democrat leader, member of the planning board here in Edison, and chairman of the American Muslim Council. Calls for jihad made in another language, in Urdu, at an American Muslim Council meeting is dangerous and disturbing. We have seen multiple occurrences of violent Islamic terroristic behavior across the world, forcing Americans to send its sons and daughters abroad to combat the radical Islamic terror. How then can we sit by as the same hateful rhetoric blamed for atrocities across the world are spoken by elected Democrat officials in this state? I understand that the Democrat Party leadership has staked its position against the secular country of India and its removal of Article 370 in Kashmir. Even though India's efforts have brought liberty, democracy, and women's rights to Kashmir, I join President Trump in commending India for doing this. In the Senate, I will work to ensure that our relations with India remain strong. Today, we have people like Senator Bernie Sanders and Congressman Ro Khanna of the Democrat Party attacking India and supporting Pakistan, which has exported Islamic terror across the globe. They attack India for bringing democracy to Kashmir. Ro Khanna had even joined the Pakistani Congressional Caucus and will represent the interests of Pakistan in Congress rather than the interests of America and our allies. Strangely, Pakistan is an Islamic country known for terrorism, but it is unduly concerned about India being a secular country. China kills Muslims and suppresses their voice and has expressed concerns for Muslims in India. What an irony. India has done a great job in Kashmir by removing Article 370 and replacing it by liberty, democracy, and women's rights. I support India on this move. This action by India on Kashmir is not just beneficial for the Muslims in Jammu and Kashmir, but also for America and the world, as China has been aggressively exhibiting its expansionism. The China-Pakistan economic corridor passes through Gilgit, Baltistan region of the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir, which has been occupied by Pakistan. The next step should be for India to get back this region so that China's aggression can be curbed. They are among our most important trade partners, but are abusing this position and trying to hold the world hostage. I promise to work with President Trump towards containing them. I also believe that India will be an important trading partner in this effort. The Democrats stand for the exact opposite of all I have spoken about. They support countries like Pakistan, which have Sharia law, over countries that have freedom. They also support communism over freedom. Bernie Sanders even supports the breadlines that the state of the Soviet Union had. If Democrats are elected, you can expect them to ban grocery stores and replace them with government-run outlets where people will have to stand in long lines to get food. Have you ever stood in a long line and post office waiting your turn to place an order? That is exactly what Democrats want to do in America. I will never allow this. I will never support socialism. I will never support the effort to replace the Bill of Rights with Sharia law. I will never join Pakistan, the Pakistani caucus, and I will strongly oppose all forms of terrorism. And I will look out for you. Of that, I promise. Thank you very much. If the Democrat Party is actually serious about trying to represent Indian Americans, they better make sure that they remove people like Singh who make these type of rhetorical statements from their party altogether. And if they're not going to do that, that's a wake-up call for Indian Americans across this entire country. If you're a registered Democrat, you better stop. Either become independent or register Republican, because that is the only place where if you actually care about U.S.-India relations, you can be. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.